Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the VK72 and comparing it to the E100. Now, these are both very deadly Tier 10 German super heavies, and I actually like the playstyles on both of them. However, they are very, very different. I read a lot of comments in my comment section, and you guys are always asking, what should I go for, E100 or Mouse, E100 or VK72? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about both of these tanks, their strengths, their weaknesses, everything you need to know about both of them, and which one I personally feel is the better tank for you guys to grind down. So of course, if you guys do like this type of content, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Really does help out the channel. We're almost at 17,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for the continuous support. Happy 4th of July, or happy late 4th if you did celebrate it and you're new to the channel. But other than that, I'm going to get straight into the game. So starting off with the VK72, what are the good things and what are the bad? It has a couple good things going for it, and at the same time, a couple really, really bad. So good factors. The armor profile on the front is amazing. The lower plate is about 290 millimeters thick, which means that all standard rounds from most tier 10 vehicles other than tank destroyers and pretty much all tier 9 vehicles, again, apart from tank destroyers, cannot pen you without premium in the lower plate, which is a very, very nice benefit. That means that if you want to damage this tank at all from the front, you need to fire premium. However, at the same time, the sides of this tank, because it doesn't have any spaced armor on the sides, it's very, very easy to take it out on the sides. You can see here just absolutely no spaced armor. As well, you can see underneath the turret, it's got that little ball that sticks out from the edges. That is a very, very big weak spot, because you'd think, hey, it's a rear turreted German heavy, I'll side scrape in it and do well. You can't in this tank. You actually cannot side scrape super effectively just because of that ball. You'll still see me side scrape, probably even in this match here. I'll angle it out a little bit on this bush I always push to. However, it definitely doesn't always work when trying to side scrape. It's a very easy spot to penetrate. The upper plate, yeah, you're never getting through that. And the turret, I personally love the turret on this tank because, of course, an E100, it's a big box, and that comes with its downsides. Because, unfortunately, the E100, just, you fire premium and you go right through the turret. This tank, you don't go through the turret because, of course, it's rounded. So it's definitely a benefit there. So let me see if I can tap this this E100 in the lower plate. There we go. And there you can see premium rounds or standard rounds from like an E3 there. Very easily going to penetrate my tank. It's one thing that this thing really will fall apart against is premium rounds. So let's see maybe if we can tap that enemy E100. There we go. He actually shot a high explosive round at us. I'm not sure why he'd do that, because we can fire premium rounds into him and hurt a lot more. But as you saw there, that is the unfortunate downside of the E100. It's just very easy to take it out with premium rounds right through the turret. Now there is a downside with this tank, and that is it actually has the worst damage per minute in the entire game. It's not much off from the E100, so it's not like you're absolutely losing DPM. I think it's only like 100 or 50, but you actually do get aiming time in this tank, which I personally like. I think the aiming time is a great addition. So we have that E75 right there. Let's see if we can slam a shell into the side. There we go. You can see that big alpha really is nice. I'm already at 1800 damage. You don't have to bleed as many hit points to deal as much damage. Unfortunately, our ST1 obviously did not know the most about angling there. So let's see maybe if we can get a blind shot into that. Oh, I guess we don't need to. There we go, another nice tap. So we've already taken off 1200 hit points, and there you go. You can see again, premium rounds go right through the frontal armor on this tank. It's definitely one big weak spot. However, we might actually be able to tap this E75 once again, right through the turret. There we go. So we've already broken 3,000 damage, I'm pretty sure, or we're very close to it at least. And that's what's nice about the big guns on these tanks, is you're able to whiff out a lot of damage. And we were able to do pretty solid game here. But you can see the VK72 does have its weaknesses and its strengths. I personally actually really like the tank. For some reason, a lot of people just absolutely hate it. I think it's very, very solid. So there we go, another nice tap. It almost never low rolls in my opinion too, but let's see if we can bounce the shell from the E100. Oof, that was, I'm not even sure where that hit. Might have been a high explosive or something, but one big downside, actually if he rams us here, we might be able to kill him with a standard round right into the weak spot. There we go. That is, again, another easy weak spot on the E100, is just that it's very, very easy to take them out. So actually this position here, because we have that E100 turret blocking my lower plate, that's really going to help me bounce shells. So Let's see if we can tap this E3. There we go. And as you can see, upper plate does the trick very, very well. So that is the VK72. It does an excellent job at ricocheting shells in the upper plate. It does a great job at ricocheting shells in the lower plate. In fact, the best way to angle it is really to stick out the front plate and have people ricochet off of it. You put it at like a 35-degree angle, and it's impenetrable to pretty much all rounds in the game. They all ricochet off, then you pull out and snap them. So I personally really like the VK72. You can see I played it aggressive, I did the correct playstyle here, and we were able to get out 5,100 damage. So that's a pretty impressive match for the vehicle indeed. I really don't know why a lot of people struggle in it. Now, the E100, as you saw against, the E100 just has massive, massive weak spots on the turret and the lower plate, and that's why I personally actually like the VK72 better. However, which tank is better, I might actually have to go for the E100. We're going to see how it does play in this game here, and I'll be judging, of course, after that. But the issue with the E100 is just that it's so easy to pen the turrets, and the VK doesn't have that weakness. So if you don't want to angle your turret constantly, then I would definitely suggest to go for the VK right off the bat, because you don't have to angle the turret. It's like a luva. If you aim directly at your opponent, it does a great job of bouncing shells. Of course, you do get penetrated with premium rounds to the turret, so you do need to wiggle it, move backwards and forwards, but it's like 75% bounces on the turret. You really don't need to worry about it. When you're running an E100, especially if you're up against a Pramo player like the Foch, pretty much every shell that's going to be aimed at my turret is probably going to be penning by that player. So that's the unfortunate downside of the E100. It's just that the turret's so big, it's clunky, and you do bounce the occasional shot, but at the same time, it's a meh tank. So we're going to be playing it here. We're going to be seeing how it does. Here we go. But I don't know where to push on this map 100% because, as you see, they've got a 1-2-1, they've got a Leopard, but they also have heavy tanks. So I'm going to be pushing it on the aggressive side here. Now, E100 and the VK72 go the exact same speed, and the nicest thing about the E100 is that it has lots of side armor, so you're not going to be penned by any high explosive rounds or HEs in the side. Unfortunately, I wasn't holding my mouse there, which caused me to screw that shell up. I was like, uh-oh, that's a 1-2-1. I didn't expect that player to actually go there that quickly, so that was my fault. Bad on me. But let's keep going up here. Now, they do have somebody in base capture, so I'm actually going to back up and maybe deal with that player. They must have already gone through base, so oof, that would have been a nasty shell if we had penned that. So unfortunately, didn't get that through, and it looks like I'm going to be slowly backing up. Not going to bother to pen that one. There we go, there's our first tap. But there's an issue I'm noticing. Nobody is spotted on the other side of the map, which means that it's me, and yeah, that's not going to be super fun. So we've got that Foch, who looked like he was pushing quite aggressive over onto my side here. Maybe not. There's the Foch. So let's just tap a premium round. I will trade with the Foch all day because, of course, while the Foch is a deadly tank, as I made my video on it earlier today, unfortunately the Foch does not have 2,900 hit points, so I'll trade with the Foch all day I can. Now, one thing I will not want to trade with is a FE4005, so I'm going to be backing up here, trying to not get nuked of my entire hit point pool. And we've got that Foch right there, so I'm going to be waiting for them to push out maybe. In fact, I could also side scrape, so I've got a couple options here, but I'm going to push up. It could be my biggest mistake, but I'm going to push up quite aggressive and see if that does benefit me here. So let's pull out, let's see what we got. We've got the Leopard, there's a nice tap right into the frontal armor, and now we're going to back up. So E100, this isn't really the best way to show you the armor profile, I'd say, but we're going to be side scraping here, and I'm going to angle the turret. I don't think that FE can pen it at this angle. There you go, that's a ricochet, and HE, boom, taking an FE right off the game. High explosive is the biggest weakness of the FE, and you can see the gun does work well, and if you angle it correctly, you will get the occasional bounce. Now I'm going to load high explosive here, see if we can hit that Foch. Unfortunately, that was my bad, and we're going to back up before he does hit us, so yeah, unfortunately, does not have the best gun, and I am addicted to saying the word unfortunately, I've learned. But I don't think we're going to be winning this. As you can see, this is a very, very bad situation I'm stuck in. Let's get a tap into you. My guess is the Foch will be pulling out to the side over here. Let's push on the Foch. I want to angle it just at the last second. Let's wiggle. No, unfortunately we did not bounce it. However, I do want to finish off the Foch because, of course, it's a very, very deadly tank, so goodbye Foch. That is a vehicle you really want dead quickly. And next we're going to try and finish off this Leopard. So, of course, E100 is not a very quick tank, and that is a big weakness on it. So I'm going to try and angle it here. Come on, don't kill me, don't kill me. Yes! Okay, we're not dead yet. We're not dead. Oh, now we are. Okay, so unfortunately did not win this game, but we did do a good job, and you can see the E100 does a very solid job as well in its own elements. Now, both of the tanks, in my opinion, are extremely strong, as I said, in their own areas. So the VK does well in its own positioning, and so does the E100. I don't think I would have done as well in the VK in this position just because the side armor is weaker. So here's the way how I personally feel the tank is. I think the E100 is a better vehicle. While it does have a weak turret, really all you have to do is angle it, side scrape with it, and you'll do fine. You just angle it at like a 35-degree angle, and pretty much all the shells that do hit it ricochet right off. Unfortunately, this Badger really didn't help the team out that much. We easily could have won if he had pushed heavy, but I'll go back to garage so we don't have to probably watch this sad, sombering defeat. I think we still broke 3,000 damage, so I'm very happy either way as long as I break 3,000, but what I was trying to say is the issue with the VK72 is it's very, very easy to take out. It doesn't have as many hit points, and as well, it's got absolutely no side armor, so it's not as forgiving. The E100, it's got those big, thick tracks on the side. It bounces a lot of shells, eats a lot of heat, and the tracks as well absorb a lot of shots. So because of that, the E100 is a lot more forgiving. And I personally feel that being able to just maybe take that one extra shell you wouldn't have been able to bounce in the VK72 can completely change your game. However, on the opposite spectrum, the VK72 has a turret that's able to bounce a lot more shells than the E100. So it sort of bounces back and forth on the spectrum. I personally feel that the E100 is a better tank. The VK72 is a very strong vehicle, but it's a lot higher skill cap. You have to play correctly. You always have to pay attention, make sure there's no tank destroyers on your side. There's a couple games I tried earlier today in this vehicle that I just got absolutely smashed in. How did we do in that match? Yeah, I'm still very happy, as you can see, for that type of game. We did the best we could. So I personally feel that the E100 is still a super, super strong tank, and same for the VK72, but E100 still wins my vote. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, if you agree or you disagree with me, let me know. But other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy out there, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.